Solve et coagula is a Latin phrase that means to dissolve and then to coagulate. If you look at the depictions of the Baphomet, the Eliphas Levi depiction of the Baphomet, the goat, all that, the most famous depiction of the Baphomet that he drew, it has that on either arm. And again, it means to dissolve and to reform. And I'm saying this because those in power, this is what they believe in, and they're very serious about it. It's magic. It's alchemy. And for the most part, despite us being trained to be afraid of everything, a lot of it's just how things work in our universe. But what they've done is they've inverted it. And I'm saying this because that's what we're seeing in the world right now. They build things up and then they destroy them because that's part of their process of creation. It also falls into that whole order out of chaos ideal that they cling to, right? That's what we're seeing in the world. That's what we're seeing in America. And I'm saying that to also say that's what we're seeing on like a street level, on the ground. All this chaos that is going on, a lot of it is planned. You know, one of the things you're going to have to learn how to do is differentiate between their chaos and natural chaos. Natural chaos scares the living shit out of them because they have no plan for it. They can't control it. It's not something that they've set in motion. Thus forth, they're able to rectify. You get me? There are so many violent attacks going on right now. So many. And it's not an accident, and it's not random. These people are being set off to do things. And it's there's so many random factors, I'm not random, different factors that go into these scenarios. For example, you've got the kind of situation where somebody is under heavy mind control and suddenly somebody hits a button or says a phrase and they Manchurian candidate the hell out. And you've got the situation where you, through trauma, through repeated negative, horrible, just awful situations, you hollow that person out. Their soul. And don't get me wrong, there's some people walking around, they didn't have a soul to begin with. They literally, But, and those empty people, those hollow people, whether they were hollow to begin with, or they were made hollow through ritualistic abuse, systematic programming, whatever, then you put an entity into that person, and then you tell that entity to go do a thing. It's no different than traditional sorcery, traditional magic, Think King Solomon, think the whole, lesser keys crap. It's all that. You get what I'm saying? Most of these magicians, because that's what we're really dealing with. We're dealing with magicians, sorcerers, at the highest level, and at lower levels, because they love everything in, levels, right? Rungs. They love those ladders. Most of the time you're dealing with the commanding of spirits, of demons, of entities. But there's also the ones that are able to place those entities inside of people. And then that entity wakes up and that person goes crazy and just starts doing stuff. That's another part of it. And honestly, it's all bad. But I think both of those scenarios are what's going on or what's happening currently. I have witnessed it directly. It's been in my face. I've been the victim of it. This is a very real thing. And they want to continue to act like these occurrences of people that are, quote, being randomly attacked, it's all just happening for no reason. No, it's happening for a reason. There's a very specific reason. And it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to get worse. You got people that are sliced up in subway stations, and the person who's slicing them up is yelling that their name is Lucifer. You got people that are waiting on a train, and somebody pushes them in front of it. You got a child in a parking lot, a Walmart parking lot. A woman walks into the Walmart, steals a knife, then comes out and just tries to stab the child to death. They've got their MO is to make you consistent, not you, because if you're watching this, you know what's up, obviously, but the masses, the greater you, the greater them, to make them believe that it's business as usual. Nothing's happening. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Business as usual. They have to tear everything down. To go back to what I'm saying. Dissolve, then coagulate. Because in their head, they want to build up this new whatever. But they have to destroy everything that came before. That's the big thing. And then there's another type of destruction, chaos happening, but that's not from them. That's from, yeah. And that's what they're afraid of. Because that's just crapping all over their plans. Trust me, if they had their crap together, this would have happened a long time ago. But between them being countered on the board, checked, so to speak, and I'm not going to say incompetence, I'm going to say infighting, just the crap that they do between each other, they would have achieved their great work at this point. But they're still trying. They're always going to try. They're never going to not do what they do. They will never not do what they do. It's impossible. They have to be they have to be dissolved, removed, relocated. They'll never just okay, I've learned the error of my ways, I'm going to do something else now. Never. They can't. And I've kind of made peace with that. It is not in their nature. They will keep going. The same way, you take an ant away from the hive or the colony, you're going to teach that ant to, get a degree in horticulture. The ant's either going to continue to do what it's always done, or it's going to continue to operate on behalf of the colony, even though the colony, it's been separated from the colony. It just is what it is. I think that there's a lot of truth in what Russ Dizdar was talking about. He spoke about, I think he wrote a book called The Black Awakening. And that's kind of what this is. Now, granted, I do not fully agree with a lot of the stuff that, there's certain things that Russ Dizdar, no, That's just not how I see things. That's just not how nah. But I try to highlight truths as I see them. And there was a lot of stuff he got right. There was a lot of stuff that he spoke on that was true. You know. So, I would look into some of that stuff that he wrote on the Black Awakening. And, you know, try not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Try to, you know, get some of that truth from it. Because, you know, it's only going to get wackier. And there's no reason to be afraid. You just have to, you know, continue to follow your path, keep your stride, man. What's that, the song about not losing your head? You know, yeah. Brain isn't working fully right now. Still booting up. Blah blah blah. Alice in Wonderland. Don't lose your head. But yeah. Just watch, observe, learn. That's one of the things we're here to do. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and have a good one wherever you're at. Peace.